Good morning, girls. Today I'm going to do lesson number 27, chapter number 3, logarithms. We started this chapter last time and we did exponential form and logarithmic form. Today we are going to do common logarithms. In this we are going to find the log using the log table. Now in common logarithm, base of log is 10. In a previous lesson, base of log was the base of the exponential form. In this, base of log is always 10. Okay, and we don't mention the base, we write only log and we don't write base 10. It is understood that it is common logarithm and base is 10. So the main thing is it comes in the MCQs also, that what is the base of common logarithm. So the base is always 10. Okay, base of common logarithm is 10. Okay, this you have to remember for the MCQs. And usually we don't write this base and we write log. Suppose any number, it is n. So no need to mention the base here that it is 10. It is understood that base of this log is 10. N can be any number, or suppose instead of n you can write x. X is also any number. So the base in both cases it is 10. Okay. Now there's another type of logarithms. It comes in the MCQs to write the base of natural logarithms. Okay, so the base of natural logarithm. Okay, natural logarithms. Okay, this is natural logarithms. Now here the base is e. Okay, natural logarithm has base e. E is the base in natural logarithm and e is the fixed value. In common logarithm we find the log using the log table, and here 10 is understood, it remains same as it is 10. Okay, so no need to mention it. But in natural logarithm, base is e. Okay, the base of natural logarithm is e and value of e is always equals to 2.718, and e is an irrational number. Okay, this is an irrational number, and it is written as like this: log base e, or ln. In calculator you can check this, ln of x. Okay, in scientific calculator actually you can solve this. We are going to do only common logarithm with base 10. Okay, only for the MCQs you have to remember this, that base of natural logarithm is e, base of common logarithm is 10, base of natural logarithm is e. Now how to find the common logarithm? There are two steps actually of finding the common logarithm. I'm going to explain you both steps. Okay, and in the class also I'm going to tell you how to find it. Now the two steps are to find the common logarithm. Common logarithm. Common logarithm is the sum of common logarithm is the sum of characteristic and Mandisa. You have to remember these two words. We are going to use characteristic and Mandisa We'll write short form of characteristic as ch, and for m we'll use, for Mendesa we'll use m letter, capital letter M. Okay, so common logarithm is sum of characteristic and Mendesa. Characteristic is actually the basement of the decimal, and Mendesa we find it with the help of the log table. So first I'm going to explain you the characteristic, how you can find the characteristic, okay, and then I'll explain you the Mendesa using log table, how to find Mendesa. Let's start with the characteristic, what it is. The characteristic, okay, characteristic, you must have done the scientific notation. It is actually the part of that scientific notation. When you convert the number into scientific form, you must have done it in physics. So characteristic is actually the integral part. Okay, characteristic is the integral part, and it can be both positive or negative. Okay, so it can be positive or negative. When you change it into scientific notation, you write 10 raised to the power plus 2 or plus 3, or you write minus 2 minus 3. Okay, so the power actually is the characteristic. So I'm going to just explain you how to shift the decimal. No need to write the power of 10. Just with the help of examples, I'm going to tell you how to find the characteristic. This is the first step of the common logarithms, to find the characteristic. Okay, let me explain it. Now I'm going to give you the example so you can understand. For first I'll give you the example of a positive characteristic, how to find the characteristic, positive characteristic. The main thing which you have to remember is, let me write the main thing. Uh, if the number if the number is greater than 1. Okay, if the number is greater than 1, then it is characteristic is characteristic short form, characteristic is positive. Okay, any number greater than 1, it means that characteristic is positive, and if the number is less than 1, okay, if the number is less than 1, then the characteristic is negative. So remember this, whatever the number is, like if number is 2, 5, 10, 15, 27, any number greater than 1, 58, 73, 124, 500 something, any number greater than 1, it means that you will get positive characteristic. And the number less than 1, number smaller than 1 are in decimals, 0.1, 0.2, 0.01, 0.002, 0.007. Okay, so numbers in decimal means you will get negative characteristic. Okay, decimals less than 1, number less than 1 is actually characteristic is negative. Okay, both are actually in decimals, but that number is greater than 1, characteristic is positive. If number is less than 1, characteristic is negative. So you have to remember these 2 points. Okay, now let me explain you with the help of examples how to find the characteristic. Okay, let me give you the first example. you can read this number 346.9. Now this number, you can see 346, it is greater than 1. It means that you will get positive characteristic. So how to find the characteristic? We shift the decimal after the first non-zero digit. Okay, always shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. So we will shift it. Okay, let me write it here so that you will remember it. Shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. So this also you have to remember, that you have to shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. If first digit is 0, then you will move on to the next one and check if it is non-zero or not. You have to shift the decimal after that non-zero digit. Now in this example, you can see that number is 346.9. So we will shift the decimal. Now where to shift the decimal after first non-zero digit? So you can see this is first digit, non-zero it is. Okay, it is not 0. Non-zero means it is not 0. So we will shift the decimal after this here. Okay, so shift the decimal here after first non-zero digit. So we will shift the decimal here after first non-zero digit. So how many places you are shifting? So that is known as characteristic. So we have shifted 2 places. 1, 2. So the characteristic is 2. Okay, so just count how many places you have shifted. First step is to shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. This is first digit and it is non-zero. So after this you will shift the decimal. Remember this, after first non-zero digit. And characteristic is the places, how many places you have shifted this decimal place till the new decimal place. So you have shifted 2 places. So characteristic is 2. Okay, so I'll write it here. Characteristic is actually how many places you have shifted, how many places you have shifted the decimal. Okay, how many places you have shifted the decimal is known as the characteristic. Okay, I'll give you more examples. Let's do example number 2. We are doing examples of positive characteristics. Okay, so example number 2, again when characteristic is positive, number is 5, 7, 9, 2. Now you have to find the characteristic. You can see this number is greater than 1, so you will get positive characteristic. Same rule you will apply. Shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. Now in this case decimal is not mentioned, so how you will find the decimal? It is understood that decimal is after the last digit. Okay, it is understood that decimal is in the end. Okay, when decimal is not mentioned, it is understood that decimal is in the end. Now we will shift the decimal. So it is understood that decimal is here, and according to the rule, shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. So this is first digit, it is non-zero after this here. So it means you will shift the decimal here. So from this point, this decimal, from here you will shift it here. So the characteristic will be how many places you have shifted? 1, 2, 3 places. So 3 is the characteristic. Simple it is. Just shift the decimal find the place of the decimal, new place. It is after first non-zero digit. Always after first non-zero digit. So the characteristic is 3. Another example. One more example of positive characteristic. Sample number 3. Suppose the number is 4.8. Again you can see number 4. 4 is greater than 1. So if number is greater than 1, it means you will get positive characteristic. Now according to the rule, you will shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. So the first digit is 4 and it is non-zero. After this you will shift, and you can see it, this decimal is already after first non-zero digit, so it means that no need to shift the decimal, okay, because it is already after first non-zero digit. So when you are not shifting decimal anywhere because it is already after first digit, so not shifting means the characteristic is 0, because you cannot count the place of the new decimal because it is already after first non-zero digit. So this decimal will remain here, characteristic is 0. So all these are the examples of positive characteristic. Now I am going to give you the example of negative characteristic. So when number is greater than 1, characteristic is positive. Now if number is less than 1, okay, this we have completed, positive 1. Let's do the negative 1. When the characteristic is negative, how to find the characteristic? Now suppose the number is, for example, it is 0.00436. Okay, now in this case you have to shift the decimal. So again rule is same. Now this number you can see it is 0.004. So this number is smaller than 1. 0.004. 0.004 is less than 1. Okay, this number is less than 1, smaller than 1. It means that you will get negative characteristic. Okay, now the rule is same. Shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0, 4. 4 is first non-zero digit. This is not 0, this is 4. So you will shift the decimal after 4, after first non-zero digit. So from this place till the new place. Now how many numbers are these? 1, 2, 3. So characteristic here in this case is 3. How many places you are shifting? 3 places. Now number is smaller than 1, less than 1, it means that characteristic is -3. And in log we don't write -3, we write bar 3. Okay, so characteristic comes in the MCQs also, so please remember these things, how to find the place of the decimal, when is the positive characteristic, when is the negative characteristic. Okay, so if number is less than 1, you will get negative characteristic. Rule is same, shift the decimal after first non-zero digit and then count the places, how many places are there. Okay, now another example of this negative characteristic, example number 5. Suppose the number is 0.02173. Okay, now this is the number, and you can again see the number, it is less than 1. 0.02 is smaller than 1. So number is less than 1, it means you will get negative characteristic. Again rule is same, you have to shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. Now here this is 0, this is 0 and 2 here. 2 is non-zero. Okay, this is not 0, this is 2. So after non-zero digits, after means after 2. Yeah, so from here till here, how many places? 1, 2. So the characteristic is 2, but the number is less than 1, so you will write minus sign, or you can write bar 2. Okay, bar 2. So bar 2 is the characteristic. We don't write minus sign, we change this minus sign into bar sign, bar 2. Okay, so it's easy, it's not difficult. Just remember that if less than 1, the characteristic is negative. If greater than 1, characteristic is positive. Okay, last example. If suppose number is 0.9. Okay, now this case again 0.9, this number is again less than 1, so you will get negative characteristic. Okay, now here first non-zero digit. Okay, shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. So this first non-zero digit, this is 0, and here is 9. 9 is first non-zero digit, so decimal you have to shift after 9, after first non-zero digit. One place you are shifting, so it is 1. Number is less than 1, so minus sign, or you can say bar 1. Okay, so this only you have to remember when to write minus sign and when you will get positive 1. Okay, there's another way, easy way you can say, uh, of finding the positive or negative characteristic. If you're moving decimal towards left side, okay, so it is positive, and if you're shifting decimal towards right side, it is negative, characteristic is negative. Okay, so remember this, like in this case you are shifting decimal towards right side. From here till here you are shifting, so the characteristic is positive. And in this case you are shifting decimal from here till that side, it means you are shifting decimal towards right side. So if you are shifting decimal towards right side, it is negative. If it is left side, it is positive. Okay, so this you have to remember, and always shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. In this case also first non-zero digit, so after first non-zero digit. Same here, after first non-zero digit, so after means after 4. Okay, so rule is same for both. After shifting the decimal, count the number of places, how many places you have shifted, and then write the characteristic. I hope you have understood this first part of the logarithms, that is the characteristic. This is the first step, how to find the characteristic. Now after finding characteristic, let's move on to the next step, that is mantissa. I'm going to explain you how to find the mantissa. Now the mantissa, this is the second part of the logarithm, common logarithm. Mantissa is actually the decimal part. Okay, it is the decimal part. It means that always write it with the decimal, and it is always positive. Okay, it is always positive, and it is less than 1. Number is always less than 1, it means you will write it in decimals. So number is always the answer after finding the table, you will get number less than 1. It means it is always in decimals. Okay, and we use table, we use log table. Okay, log or anti-log. If you're finding logarithm, you will use log table. You are finding anti-logarithm, you will choose anti-log table. Okay, so we use log table. okay, to find Mantissa. Now let me give you the example. Okay, let me write the example. Okay, let's find log 4, 6, 8, 9. Now the example is log 4, 6, 8, 9. First step is to find the characteristic of this number and then find Mantissa. Okay. Now characteristic, how you find? Same method you are going to use. In this case, decimal is not mentioned where it is, so it is understood that it is in the end. And you will shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. Remember this, always shift the decimal after first non-zero digit. So from here till here, this is first non-zero digit, 4 is first non-zero digit, so after this here, so from here till here, how many places? 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3. So 3 places you are shifting. Characteristic is 3. Okay, a number is greater than 1, or you can say you are moving towards left side, so the characteristic is positive, it is 3. Now the next step is to find the Mantissa. Now for Mantissa you have to use the log table. Okay, in the log table values are starting from uh, 10. Okay, now girls, you can see this is the log table. It is there in your book, or you can buy a log book to find the log value. So table, you can see it is starting from 10. Okay, here you can see the first value, here it is 10. Okay, there is no single digit, it is starting from 10, double digit. From 10 onwards, 11, 12, and so on values here, and then on the next page also. Okay, values are on the next page also. So from 10 is the starting, and it is still, you can see on the next page also, values are till, you can see the last value, it is 99 on the next page. Okay, this value. So from 10 till 99 are the values given. Now what we do, question, we will check it in log table. Question is 4 6 8 9. Okay, question is 4 6 8 9. So how to check 4 6 8 9 in the table? Always take first two digits. First two digits are 4 6 46. Okay, so you will check 46 in this column. Okay, in this column you have to see where 46 is, so keep the scale under that. Okay, you cannot take single digit, so always take two digits. Okay, so first two digits we will take, first two digits are 46. Okay, so keep scale under that 46 value. Okay, where you will check the 46, you will check 46 here. This is, you can see 40, then 41 2 3 4, this is 45, and after 45 is 46. Okay, this value here in the first column, here it is 46. So first two digits is 46. You can check it in your book, in your log table, where 46 is. After finding 46, you will keep the scale under it. Okay, like this. Okay, keep the scale under the value 46. Keep it straight. So first two digits you will check in the first column. Okay, so first two digits are 46. So 46 you will check in the first column. Now the next digit, third digit. Third digit in the question is 8. 8 you will check it in the upper column. Okay, now the 8, where we will check it, let me show you where you will check 8. you will check 8 here. You can see these values are starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is here. Okay. So third digit. Okay. First two digit in this first column, third digit in this row. Okay. Now here third digit 8. Now this 8 you have to check the intersection, okay, in this column 8. This is 8, third digit is 8. So in column 8 here you will go down same column, and where you will stop, where the 46 is. Okay, so you will stop here. So this value is the intersection. Okay, from here it is 46 and from top it is column 8. So this value, okay, so we'll take this value where the intersection is of 46 and 8. Okay, 46 here and column 8. So this value you will write 6702. This value is 6702. Okay, I have written this value 6702. Keep the scale under it. So this value 46, first two digit in this column, 46, this value, keep the scale under it. Then the third value, third digit, you will check it from top in column 8. Okay, in column 8, this is column 8. So the intersection of 46 and 8 is 6702. Okay, you can check it in log table. Okay, now the fourth digit is also given in the question. It is 9. Now where to check the fourth digit? Now you can see in the table. Now again we'll see the table. Now in the table you can see after 9 again values are starting from 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now these values are known as mean difference column. Okay, from this 1 till 9 is mean difference column. Always check the fourth digit in mean difference column. So we will check the fourth digit 9 in mean difference column. 9 is this last column. Okay, 9 is this last column. Again you will check the intersection of 46 and 9. Okay, so let's check the intersection of 46 and 9 and see what value it is. So column 9 is the last column here. So this value is 9, intersection of 46 and 9. Okay, so in the same row what we have checked, we have checked 46 here, keep the scale under it. 8, column 8 is 6702, intersection of 46 and 8. Okay, 46 column 8 and the fourth digit column 9 here, the value is 9. Okay, so what we do, we add these two values, 6702 plus mean difference value. Okay, so always remember first two digit in first column, third digit in the row, that 8th column, then the fourth digit in mean difference column, that is 9. So this column is 9 and the value written here, it is 8. Value written here is 8, so you will write 8. Okay, I hope you have understood this, and I'm going to explain this in the class also, how to find the log value from the log. So the value we have checked in the log table is 6702. Okay, 46, ignore the decimal. 46, always take two digits because in the log table values are from 10, so you cannot check the single digit. 46 column 8, 46 column 8 is 6702, and then mean difference column 9 we always add. In mean difference column 9 value was 8, so we always add mean difference column. So 6702 plus 8, it is equals to 6710. After adding, what we do, we will put the decimal. Why? It is written in the Mantisser, it is decimal part, and it is always positive, and it is less than 1. Less than 1 means we'll put decimal here in the beginning. So it is 0.6710. Now this is the decimal part, and you can see number, this is less than 1. So Mantisser, always write it with decimal. Add the numbers, then put the decimal. Okay, so this is Mantisser. Now the next step is common logarithm is always equals to the sum of characteristic and Mantisser. So we will mention here log of this question 4, 6, 8, 9 is equals to characteristic plus Mantisser. So you can see characteristic is 3, so we'll write 3 plus Mantisser is 0.6710. So add both of them, you'll get 3.6710. So this is the answer. It's not difficult, it is simple. First step is to find the characteristic. Second step is to find Mantisser using log table, and in the end you will add both of them. Use calculator, okay, if you don't know how to add the decimals. Otherwise we add this 3 with the 0. So 3 plus 0.6710 is 3.6710. Okay, so this is the answer. Simple it is. You just have to practice this, then you can easily do it. Okay, let me give you more examples. Okay. Now the next example is find log 3.8. So same way, we'll find the characteristic. Okay, so characteristic, and then we'll find Mantisser, and in the end we will add. Okay, characteristic is again shift the decimal after first non-zero digit, and in this case first digit is 3, and you have to shift the decimal after 3. You can see the decimal is already after first digit, so no need to shift it. Okay, when it is after first digit, no need to shift the decimal. So if you are not shifting the decimal, it means that characteristic is 0. Okay, now the next step is to check the value in the log table. You have to ignore the decimal, okay, because you cannot check the single digit 3 in the table. You need 2 digits to find the value in the table. So we will ignore the decimal. We will take 38. Now 38 in first column, and where you will check 38. Now after 38 no digit is given. It is understood that after 8 is 0. So we will check 38 in column 0. 38 here and column 8 here from top. Then find the intersection of 38 and 0. Okay, 38, 0. So intersection will come in the log table. Always write it with decimal. So it will come 5798. Okay, this value is in the log table 5798. Okay, 38 column 0 is 5798, and Mantisser always write it with decimal. There is no fourth digit, so no need to check it in the main difference column. No need to add anything. So simply this 5798 will come, and you will put decimal before this. So this is Mantisser. The last step of this is what to do. Log of 3.8 is equals to characteristic plus Mantisser. So characteristic is 0 plus 0.5798. So when you add these two, answer will come 0.5798. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, I'll give you now example of negative one also. Okay, let me give you one more example of this positive one, then I'll give the example of negative one. Okay. Okay, let's do the negative one. Okay, I think two examples are enough for the positive one. If you know how to read the log table, then you can easily read it. Okay. Let me give you another example now of negative one. Okay. Example number 3. You have to find log of 0 point this double to 5. Okay, 4 zeros and double to 5. Now again the method is same. You will find the characteristic, then you'll find the mantissa. Let's find the characteristic. Now in this case you can see that number is less than 1. Okay, so we'll find the characteristic, then we'll find the mantissa using log table. Now in this question you can see first non-zero digit. This is 0 0 0, so first non-zero is 2, so we will shift the decimal after this 2. Okay, so how many places we are shifting? 1 2 3 4 5, 5 places. And you can see that we are moving towards right side, or you can say that number is less than 1, so it means that it is negative characteristic, so we'll write bar on it. Only this is the difference, we will write bar on it. Now we will check the value in the table to find the mantissa. We cannot check zeros in the log table because there is no zero. Value is starting from 10 in the log table. Okay, because common logarithm base is 10, value is starting from 10, base is 10, so there is no zero. What we'll do, we will ignore the zeros. Okay, no zeros, we'll start from this value 22. You cannot check single digits, so we'll take both. 22 in column 5. Okay, in the log table, 22 here and column 5 from top, and find the intersection of 22 and 5. So the intersection will come 3 5 double 2 in the log table. You can check it in the log table. This is the intersection in the log table. Now there is no fourth digit. Okay, you have checked 22 in column 5. There is no fourth digit. When there is no fourth digit, it means that no need to add anything, so we are not adding anything, we will directly put the decimal. Okay, mantissa always write it with the decimal. Now the last step of it is log of this number 0 0.4 zeros, 4 zeros double to 5 is equals to characteristic plus mantissa. So the characteristic is bar 5 plus mantissa is this value 0 0.3522. So when we add this, so it will become bar 5.3522. Okay, so this is the answer. So only you need to learn the values, how to read in the log table. Okay, just the reading of the log table. If you have understood it, then you can easily find the value. One more example, last example I'll give you of the log negative value. Okay, negative log, how to check the negative characteristic and the value. Okay, one more example. Okay, one more last example. Now you have to find log of 0.0075. Again, same way, find the characteristic and then find the mantissa. Characteristic is shift the decimal where after first non-zero digit after this, so it means here. So how many places? 1 2 3 places. Now number you can see is less than 1, or you can see you are moving towards right side, so it is negative bar 3. Now next step is to check the mantissa in the log table. So ignore the zeros, you cannot check 0. We will take 75 and 75 where to check. So after 75 it is understood that 0 is there. So we will check 75 in column 0. Okay, we will check it in column 0. So 75 here and column 0 here. Okay, and check the intersection of it. 75 column 0, you will get the value 8 7 5 1. Okay, this is the value of 75 column 0. Now there is no fourth digit, so no need to add anything. We will directly put the decimal here, 0.8751. Okay, now the last step of it is log 0.0075 equals to characteristic plus mantissa. So the characteristic is bar 3, this, and plus mantissa is 0.8751. So after adding, you'll get bar 3.8751. So this is the answer. Okay, so easy it is to see how to read the values, how to find the characteristic, and how to read the table. If you have understood these two things, you can easily find the log. Okay, and you can easily do the questions. Okay, characteristics comes in the MCQs also, remember this. Okay, now what you guys have to do, you have to do the exercise guys. Okay, of this log 1 chapter 3 log exercise only. Okay, please try to solve. If you don't understand anything, just ask me. Okay, let me know that you have not understood anything. I'll explain you. Okay girls, take care girls, bye.